Okay, hello, and welcome back to Warhammer 2 Total War, or Total War Warhammer 2 as it's properly known, but I'm stuck in my ways. So, yes, and we're going to be starting a new campaign here tonight, while we're on the main menu. I have had a request to do a campaign of a specific faction, so I suppose we'll be doing that. Also, a few other mods have been updated since we had our last campaign as the trolls. And I have activated a few other mods, also fixing my mod list a little bit. Apparently, you see, okay, there's the mods GCCM, which is for the, what's it called? Yeah, the unique settlement battles and all that made by the community. And there's the original sort of GCCM mod packs, and then there was the beta packs. There was the beta pack, but the original GCCM mod pack actually came with multiple parts to it. You had the main part of it, then you had Settlement Pack 1, Settlement Pack 2, and you had the island battles. And you needed to have all these running to be able to get all the maps. However, this is no longer actually the case. You now just need the GCCM main mod pack. And you don't need these additions anymore. I'm still subscribed to them. I should unsubscribe to them. What else is it? So, yeah, and the beta. Previously, I had subscribed to the beta because that was the one which was getting updated and it had the maps in it. But I don't know really the difference. I would have to read up more about it, the difference between the beta and the main mod pack now that that's been updated. So I've reverted back to using the main mod pack instead of the beta. If the beta is even here anymore in my mod list. Let's see. Yeah, it is. So, I don't know. I was actually running the main mod and the beta at the same time, and you shouldn't do that. So, if we hadn't been seeing some of the maps, that might have been the reason. I wasn't aware both of them were active in my mod list. What else? I can't remember which one of the mods which were updated last. Does it list them in terms of updated list? Oh, there was an update for Ovian Lost Factions. Oh, that was a little while ago. Maybe? 26th. Oh, no. Okay, that's just recent. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, hang on. I'm just going to have a look at what that was. We're not going to be playing as an Ovian Lost Faction pack. Lost Faction. But... oh, come on, Steam. Okay. Just trying to look at my subscribed mods, and it was like, can't be done. Okay. What was this last patch? Here we go. Lost Factions Update. A Storm at Dusk. Citadel of Dusk overhaul. Ooh. New custom legendary lord. Elthran Storm Rider. Oh, that must be this guy. Yeah. I was just wondering who that guy was. Sitting there. So, there's a new lord for the Citadel of Dusk faction. Previously, that would have just been the flag. Yeah, let's see. Receives penalties when Eataine and... I think Eataine spelt wrong there. And the eastern shores of Lustria are not being held by High Elves. Gains bonuses when Eataine and the eastern shores of Lustria are held by High Elves. All High Elf legendary lords leave temporary bonuses on regions they visit belonging to the Citadel of Dusk. Sound a little, because I have it down because of Half-Life. Campaign movement range plus 10% for all armies. That's pretty neat. Lord effects can recruit nobles without the required building. That's nice. Enables lightning strike battles when reinforcements are present. Interesting. Okay. What else is listed in this? New mechanic, naval line stability. That would probably be the controlling the shores. Let's see. Dynamic system where you gain bonuses and penalties depending on how much of Eataine and the eastern shore of Lustria are held by the High Elves. Stability is also influenced by the actions you and your enemies take. The mechanic also includes invasions and reinforcements. 6 new custom units that serve as reinforcements. Lots of custom graphics, all available in custom battles under High Elves. Might have a look at that. What else? General. The troll loyalty mechanic wasn't working correctly, so now they have their own. If they are well fed, there is a chance to increasing their loyalty, and if they are not fed, their loyalty will drop. If the loyalty reaches 3 or below, they will abandon the tribe. That makes sense. That's a good change. The loyalty system when I was playing as the trolls wasn't working, and all my lords were running around with 0 loyalty, and I wasn't able to disband them. Having it tied to the food mechanic is quite nice. Though I did end up with a lot of food. So it might only mean a little bit early on. I have to see. Fixed T-pose for Amazon Lord in battle. Yes, I noted that when I was playing as the Amazons briefly. Wasn't able to attack with a ranged bow. She was just T-posing in melee and slicing things up with her arms stretched out. Second round of descavening, the hidden settlement revealed graphics. Okay. I might have seen that. I had a very brief campaign as Estalia, and I did note that the symbol when you discovered a hidden settlement looked different. Oh! Hang on. Okay, that's not going to be for Skaven. That's going to be for the Trolls and for the Famir, because they have hidden settlements, like the Skaven. So it's just the symbol for discovering the hidden settlement would have been Skaven, because Skaven are the only ones in the base game which can have the base. It's the only ones which can have the hidden settlements. Let's have a look at those high elf units. It is Citadel of Dusk. I'd like to play as a campaign as a Shade Wraith, but not right now. Where are they? High Elves, Order of Lawmasters. No. Come on, where are you? Are they not listed here? Lichemasters, Bretonnian, Portalo, Chevaliers, Knights. No. Okay, let's just have a look at the High Elves. Are the units here? There's Elthran Stormrider. Prince Elthran is determined to uphold the Stormrider name and will stop at nothing to protect his people and the domains of Ulthuan in glory and bloodshed. Okay. What are the other units? Are these Bright Falcon Company, Sapphire Company, Fire Company, Sea Company, Wind Company? Shore Riders. And... Yep, okay. Got a few unique units. Yeah, these ones have fire damage, these ones have poison damage. And Wind Company... Oh, they have higher range, and they have more missile damage. Okay, okay. Interesting. Anyway, but that's not what we're here for. We're here
I am Tyrion,
for
heir of Anarion.
the Lichemaster.
Darkness comes.
I'm going to be playing as Heinrich Kemmler. I have had a brief look at this faction before. This is a mod done by Cataph and Vandy, I think. Yep, Cataph and Vandy's Return of the Lichemaster. It makes the Barrow Legion faction, which is located in the Northern Grey Mountains here, into a more unique faction. With different mechanics. We can see there some of the bonuses for them. I believe this army list is based off of one which was created for a campaign, which was listed in White Dwarf at some point. I'm guessing. I believe that's it. I think I had a look over the army list but I can't remember whether it was in White Dwarf or maybe another supplementary material from Games Workshop. Anyway, let's see. They have all units in Heinrich Kemmler's army are immune to non-vampire count territory attrition. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So we take no attrition from anything, at least in Heinrich Kemmler's army, because his title is the Wanderer, because he wanders all over the place looking for artifacts of power. Diplomatic relations plus 30 with chaos, because Heinrich Kemmler has ties to chaos, even though he's a necromancer. Barrow units are fully replaced by desecrating ruins. Risen units replenish normally and at an increased rate in friendly territory. So this is the new mechanic here, the Barrow units. We have to raid raised settlements to be able to get our unique units for the faction. I haven't had an overlook over those units. Should we do so? We'll do so when we get into the campaign. And I haven't played the faction enough to really see how that works. It'll be interesting to see that. Unless weakened, Heinrich Kemmler will be accompanied in battle by Krell, a powerful White King. So, yeah, this is just a bit of a reworking of how Krell is in the base game. Krell in the base game is a summoned unit. A powerful melee combatant. And as a side effect, I have another mod in that active called, what's it called? No summoned unit degradation, which means when you summon a unit, it's permanent for the battle. They don't take health damage over time. So I'm assuming Krell, if he's still summoned, will take advantage of that. He would in the base game. It might work a bit differently in this. Faction effects. Suitable climate, mountain. Okay, and we can see some of the unique units here. Barrow Guardians, or Hex Race, the base game, and Glooms. So, let's continue. What else is over here? Necromantic Power. Kemmler's own magic drives his legions to victory or falters until his hordes crumble. Hordes of the Lichemaster. Raise powerful legendary lords to lead your hordes, retrieve artifacts, and desecrate ruins to replenish and unlock assets. Armies of the Barrows. Non-vampiric unit roster with ethereal units, stone constructs, and expendable undead troops. Here we get a nice image for the loading screen. Heinrich Kemmler, the cunning Lichemaster who has troubled the old world on many occasions, is once more abroad. Emerging from insanity and oblivion once again, he must gather his mind and undead forces in order to take revenge against those that have challenged him before. He knows where there are untapped ancient barrows able to provide powerful minions, but first he must clear the area of annoying interlopers. After that, it is time for Bretonnia, the wretched forest, and the entire old world to tremble again at the return of the Lichemaster. So yes, Heinrich Kemmler is at least one of the most powerful necromancers in the setting. He's also one of the oldest characters in Warhammer. I think he might have come up in the original campaign, which was written for the very beginnings of Warhammer. Which I think I've read over in the one of the early editions of White Dwarf. And something I'd like to cover at some point, early editions of White Dwarf. I don't know how accepting Twitch would be of me doing that, though. As it'd be in PDF form. Anyway, we also see Krell in the background there. So Heinrich Kemmler is not that powerful of a combatant himself. He's quite defensive from what I remember, because he has a high physical resistance? Cloak of Shadows or something like that, which I think protects him. He's also supposed to be able to fly, maybe? I can't remember. Anyway. I do like that model of Krell, though. The tabletop model for him is also... That's basically the tabletop model for him, and it's a very nice model. Very heavily armoured skeleton warrior. Krell was a champion of Khorne, who was very successful at what he did, and then he died, and then Heinrich Kemmler raised him, and Krell serves Kemmler, or lets Kemmler think that. I think in the end times, Rel sort of abandoned Kemmler? I can't remember. I never read the End Times, or I wasn't really focused on Warhammer at the time all that was going on, so I was just sitting from the sidelines reading it. But yes. It might be nice if something could be done a bit for Helman Gorst, the other necromancer character for the Vampire Counts. He's kind of... I've never played as him. I've played as Volkmar, but I've never played as Helman Gorst. I might have played as him once. Necromancers in the Vampire Counts are kind of in a difficult position because they're a spellcaster which is focused on summoning units, but the vampires can kind of do that as well. And they're more powerful melee combatants. The necromancers give more buffs to their army, I believe. And they can also get on a corpse cart, but I don't know. They're not very tough. They're not that good of a... Like, they're not that sturdy as a lord. Helman Gorst has some nice abilities, but something could be done to make him a bit more interesting. I wonder if you could make the plague mechanics for the Skaven change into something like an undead plague. Where cities which are affected would end up having a dead appear. Actually, you could make that for this plague. You could just have, if a city is affected by a plague, it starts getting a pool of dead in that region. And if it was an undead plague, perhaps it could raise the number of them, and you would have battles against like hordes of zombies. Anyway, also for what I've seen of this campaign, we're going to have a different start than normal, and I believe I've mentioned this in one of my previous campaigns as a reason why I haven't played as this faction too much, but it's only at the beginning. And there is a reason for it. Get into more when we actually load into the campaign. Come on, just a little bit more. Most of the loading is at the beginning of the campaign. I tend to cut it out when I've gotten into the habit of cutting it out when we have a campaign underway, but because we're starting a new one. There we go. And hey, Blackstone Post. The Grey Dwarves here know there is a necromancer in the region and are itching to eradicate the threat. They don't know yet who it is they are looking for. The dwarves are nearby, in force. Time to test your recuperated strength. Barrows you have discovered in the vicinity will provide enough bodies, and perhaps something more. And there. So yes. When you play as the... when you play as a Barrow Legion in Return to the Lichemaster, the campaign starts off with a battle. Which makes it a little annoying to be able to sort of jump in and have a look at the faction, because I have to play the battle first. However, from what I remember reading from the mod developers' remarks, this is necessary because of the way Heinrich Kemmler works as a character. this is setting up mechanics in the background so they function properly during the campaign. So, and it's not that difficult of a battle. And we get to have a look at some of the units. As well as there's also some reinforcements which will show up in the battle. So, it's not that bad. I think it's just if you started a campaign, then there's a patch and you have to wait for the campaign to, you know, you just have to start a new campaign, then you have to play through the battle again. But anyway. Start battle. Defeat the Karak Ziflin patrol. Kemmler and Krell must not fall. Okay, let's pause and have a look at our army. We have Heinrich Kemmler. The dead answer my call. When you are dead, you will answer too. He's a spellcaster. And he has pretty much all of his skills, it looks like. Arcane Conduit, Undeath Resurgence, Invocation of the Lichemaster. Gonna have to go through these in the campaign map, if he's still got them. Master of the Dead, and all of the Law of the Vampire spells. 6 Raised Dead spells, Wind of Death. We have Krell here. Lord of Undeath, this mighty champion of chaos, defies mortality once more to defeat his enemies across time. Let's actually have a look at them. Saw them in the thing, but get to have a look at them. Come on, there we go. There's Heinrich Kemmler. And there's Krell with his very nice looking axe. Very powerful melee combatant. He has Deadly Onslaught, Foe Seeker, and Heroic Killing Blow. He's also got Anti-Large. Bonus versus Large is only 20. It's 20, which is alright. Armor Piercing damage 260, Weapon damage 210. Armored, Armor Piercing, Damage Dealer, and Causes Terror. Also 20% magic resistant and 15% missile resistant. And we have our units here. Skeleton Shield Breakers. These are armed with axes. And greatswords also there. So these are just basic skeletons and they're armor piercing. It says anti-infantry. They don't... I suppose they're anti-infantry because they have armor piercing. They don't have any particular anti-infantry bonus there. Yep. Core Sphere, they're undead, they have crumbling and disintegrating, and they also have hide in forest. Pretty basic. What's their stats? 45 armor, 48 leadership, it's not too good. Just 31 speed, 24 melee attack, 21 melee defense, 30 weapon strength, charge bonus 18. Yeah, that's pretty basic. Skeleton Spear Throwers. I wonder how they did the animation for the spear throws, because there's no... Oh, it looks like they're using the, Vampire Coast zombie animations for the spear throwers. Because the skeletons use humanoid animations, and there's no human animation for throwing a spear. The closest you can get is to the Vampire Coast zombie units, which throw bombs. 9 armor 10, 35 leadership, 31 speed, 16, 14. They have spears, which do bonus versus large. Decent melee combatant, I suppose. Not really decent, it's like half that. Hunters are some of the trickiest warriors in a king's retinue, who preserve an erratic spark of their skirmishing skills. Okay, is that talking about the unit, or is that talking about the hunter unit from the Empire? What's the skeleton shield breaker say? The mind is weak and the flesh is past, but a big blade can still cut a man in twain. We have skeleton warriors, which I think are just the basic skeleton warriors with a different appearance that the Vampire Coast have. Vampire Counts have, not Vampire Coast. Skeletons with swords. You know what they are. Yep. 10 armor. That's the same as the spear throwers. Bronze shield. 42 leadership. 31. 18, 22. I suppose these are decent, actually, the spear throwers, compared to the skeleton warriors, because I was comparing them to the shield breakers. They actually have 1 more melee defense than the shield breakers, but they lack 6 melee attack. What's their weapon strength broken down to? 20 weapon damage and 6 armor piercing. Okay, that's not too bad. We have skeleton spear warriors. A king's warriors would often be buried with him, for he allegedly needed an army in the afterlife as well. Okay. Oh, they come in squads of 120. Is that more than usual? It's like a goblin-sized, isn't it? Skaven. I haven't played as Vampire Cast for so long, I can't remember. That might be basic. Weapon strength. Damage 18, armor piercing 6, bonus versus large 14. Okay. Unquiet horsemen. Few were the knights that could afford a mount and heavy armor, lest the king's chariot be overshadowed. They have 80 armor and a bronze shield, 56 leadership, 78 speed, 22 melee attack, 28 melee defense, 24 weapon strength, and bonus versus large 14. Okay, and charge bonus 26. So they're armed with spears. Interesting. Okay, that'd actually be quite good against Bretonnians. Considering we actually have a lot of units good against Bretonnians. The spear throwers, the skeleton spear warriors, which are, you know, I'm pretty sure these are the same as the vampire counts spear units. But these unquiet horsemen seem quite nice. Okay, but we're up against dwarves, and they have no large. So, spread out. Shield breakers, go up there. You two go over there. Kemmler, go there. Krell, go there. Cavalry, go over here. So yes, also, I don't have to worry about my units running. Oh, happy days. Okay. March up. Though, against dwarves, our units aren't particularly strong. They're skeletons. They're pretty weak. And dwarves have high armor. Look at that. 85 armor compared to our 10. So, blech. I want you to deal with Barrowdin there, Stoneheart, and Hell's Dunce Macabre. He's talking to his skull staff. Summon some skeletons. Ow. I think he got hurt from that again. Oh, he just summons normal skeleton warriors. Hold on. We can have a look at the difference between them. Ooh. Our normal skeleton warriors actually have 10 less armor than these ones. And... wait, am I looking at the same unit here? Oh, because these ones are buffed. Yeah. So, ooh, our guys actually have less armor. Okay. That's, tricky. Don't go up there. Go over here. Go over here. Charge those thunderers. Curse of Years. Okay, we'll go around and deal with that. Let's have a look at this. Oh, those dwarves fighting against the undead. They can withhold against it, but... ooh, the wretched dwarves are converging. Brace against their reinforcements. Oh, there's some dwarves coming in from behind. Dwarf warriors, dwarf warriors, dwarf warriors, and great... dwarf warriors with great weapons. Okay. I don't really want to get Kemmler into battle because
Champion of Corn.
he's not a combatant. He's alright, but... those dwarves are going to take a while to get to us. We don't have any fangs, Sir Dwarf. We're just undead. It's very nice being able to summon units and not have to worry about them deteriorating. Makes it easier, but I never liked that they deteriorated in the campaign. Okay, are you breaking them yet? Stupid dwarves, break! Break, damn it. Okay, go there. Ooh! Reinforcements have arrived. The White Lieutenant sent to lead the Barrow army is finally here. Let's have a look at these units. Okay. And we're going to get some bad puns here because of Games Workshop. So we have this lord here, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson? One of the deepest night. Out of the deepest night comes one of Kemmler's whites, announced by a ghostly scream and its unnatural fire, and into the bloody tasks assigned. He's on fire! I like that. I like his head. He's got the, what's it called? The Bright Wizard's, hair. To give it a bit more of a flame effect on his head. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. I think he's actually got parts of his body replaced with bones. Because he's using a human skeleton, a human body there, possibly for his head. That's pretty clever. What is he? Melee specialist. Armored and shielded. Anti-infantry. Vanguard deployment. Causes terror. 100 armor with a silver shield. 80 leadership. Speed 37. Melee attack 50. Melee defense 66. Weapon strength 410. Weapon damage 260. Armor piercing 150. Bonus versus infantry 14. Charge bonus 15. No, his charge bonus is very high. I suppose he's only a foot melee. Missile resistance 15. Fire resistance is 75%. I suppose because he's on fire. Already. Causes terror. Encourage. Yeah, Vanguard deployment. Hide. Undead. What's this? Chiller Knight. As Jackson's undead butchers the target, they seem to move too erratically for a blade to strike true. Oh, the puns. Oh, Games Workshop. I do like when the setting doesn't take itself completely serious. Having like references and jokes like this make it kind of endearing. +8 melee defense and +10% speed. That's pretty good. Affects allies in range. Also got Killing Blow, which is this. Yep, that's like Krell's, but it's not heroic Killing Blow. Okay. And the other units he came with are Barrow Guardians. They have some nice helmets. Yeah, they've got these ones with the antlers on them. A king's bodyguard, willingly dedicated to protect their king even in death. 90 armor, silver shield. I think these are the same as the grave guard for the vampire counts. So they have weapon strength 30, armor piercing 7, and bonus versus infantry 12. Yep. And we have this. Barrow Guardians with pole arms. This is different. We get halberd infantry. Large men and larger blades still make for a deadly foe after death. 90 armor with a silver shield. And they have 30. Bonus versus large 20. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. I think we might be getting a few more units. Let's see. Chase them. Go deal with them. Oh, they got slayers.
I am the Lichemaster.
Yes, you are. Well, one of our units disintegrated. Oh yes. Yes, we got some more units. I have played this battle before, so I kind of know what's going to go on. Let's actually have a look at these ones. What are these? Simulacra. These ancient and wicked statues do not tolerate those that trespass the ancient sacred grounds and barrows. So yes, we get units of living statues, which is pretty cool. They look very, very neat. Oh, that's Luan Leoncoeur. Or at least it's his helmet. And some swords. I like that they've got some moss growing on them. His cape has got some holes in it. Maybe that's an unavoidable thing. It actually kind of looks like it's got 2 layers of robe there. Yeah. It might look better if it has that taken away than having a sort of a long skirt on him. Maybe it's might just be displaying wrong. Armored and armor piercing. 90 armor. That's not any more than the Barrow Guardians. I would have expected them to have more armor or physical defense. Leadership 80, speed 45, melee attack 26, melee defense 38, or missile defense. Because if they're made of stone, you'd expect them to be rather tough. Melee defense 38. They have got a lot of melee defense. Oh, and they've actually got less melee defense than the Barrow Guardians. Actually even got less health than the Barrow Guardians, but the Barrow Guardians are in the larger squad. But they have got quite a lot, considering that there's only 12 in the squad. Weapon strength 110, weapon damage is 33, and armor piercing is 77. That's nice. 18 charge bonus. They cause fear. They are a construct. This unit is an animated construct. Does not rout, is immune to terror, becomes unstable when leadership is low. Necrotex can push it to full combat potential and restore it in battle. So yes, this is actually kind of interesting. The Simulacra are constructs, which is something the Tomb Kings make use of, but the Vampire Counts do not. So we don't have any Necrotex to replenish their health. So we're going to have to be careful about those. Oh, Kemmler!
At once, I run.
Come on, Kemmler, get out of there.
Even Krell would be impressed.
Girl's like, nah. Nah. Not really, mate. Anyway. Are you out? You're out, good.
To murder.
Yeah, hack apart those, miners. Simulacra, go up. Ooh, we've actually got another unit here. Embalmed ones. What are those? Embalming techniques were not up to par with the Nehekaran power in the south, but these honored warriors are still somewhat preserved, though jerky and combustible. Oh, okay, they're like a zombie unit. Right. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Kind of, maybe the texture's a little wrong. I don't know, they got bandages on, sort of, like, browned skin. Sure. Yeah, okay. I'm not playing with full texture quality. Running a bit slow what was recording and streaming at the same time. Meat shield, axe infantry. So they're equivalent of zombies, I think. They might be a little bit tougher. Except they got fire weakness. Okay. Come on, Simulacra, get up there. Ooh. And more embalmed ones. I like that the battle gives you a look at all the different units you will have access to. No! Kemmler, run away! Think, what's this guy's name? Dorim the Mad. Ooh, some more things. Tombstalkers. And some more embalmed ones. Tombstalkers. They are the big snake things from the vampire counts. From the Tomb Kings. Shaped in the fashion of human primal terrors, these constructs stalk the territory around Barrows with singular murderous intent. Okay. Weapon strength 380. Weapon damage 110. Armor piercing damage 270. Bonus versus infantry 15. 90 armor. 65 leadership. 50 speed. Melee attack is 40. 35 melee defense. Causes terror. And then construct again. Okay. Ooh. There. Where are you, Crow? Oh, you're over there. Let's have a look at these simulacra. Smack. Oh, the swords are flying out of their hands. They're doing a pretty good job. Oh. There we go. Would I be able to hit some of you with a bolt? Sure. Over there. Come on. Oh, you didn't. Oh. Gaze of the Gash went on cooldown, but you didn't actually cast the spell. Yeah. And they're all fleeing. Hooray! Oh, that's just the Slayers. Swap them in skeletons because the Slayers are. Immune to morale, and they deal more damage versus large units. Oh look, one of the skeletons is running around without a head on. Several of the skeletons are running around without heads on. Oh, you went back into combat anyway. Splat! Is that all of them? That seems to be all of them. Yep. Victory! End battle. Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, sure. Okay. I suppose because we lost a lot of our main army. Yeah, we lost most of our main army. But I gave you a good overview of the some of the new units in the faction. Ugh. Let's see. We're going to be able to actually see what the faction's like in the campaign. The battle was harder struggled than expected, but the dwarves will not disturb us for a while now, Lichemaster. Well, no. Lichemaster, you will need to rest momentarily, lest this early effort compromise your future plans for longer. Okay. Quest issued. Legendary Lord, a nameless evil. Once necromantic power is high or more, occupy Blackstone Post and upgrade the settlement to the 2nd level. There are powerful spirits in the world. Some are more ancient than others, or more evil. Kemmler is aware of one of which both traits are fundamentally limitless. It might be too powerful to be bound, but it can be driven to pledge its service to the Lichemaster for a time, and as long as it's actively kept in check. Legendary Lord, the Nameless. Oh. We have a bunch of missions. Legendary Lord, Accursed Helm. Raise 3 settlements. The Dreska tribe used to dwell in the region of modern Oakenhammer. Its kings lived on a 7-year cycle, wearing an ancient helm that would crown and then kill them past that fast aging period. Oh, okay. These kings were entrusted great powers and the drive to carve the world in the allotted and desperate time. Wait, these kings were entrusted great powers and the drive to carve the world in the allotted and desperate time. Okay. Kind of feel maybe the wording is a little bit off. Kemmler knows where to find the restless corpse of the last and most powerful of the Dreska and how to bind him to his service. Legendary Lord, the Dreskan High King. Legendary Lord, the Trickster Sisters. Defile 6 ruins. Neidhe, the Trickster Goddess, was among the most powerful in the Barrow people's pantheon, and her priestesses were resourceful druids. Perhaps the Lichemaster could find their stubborn spirits and bind them some more. Legendary Lord, the Priestesses of Neidhe. So yes. Okay. Thank you, advisor. Go away now. So, we get, we don't actually have access to more legendary lords, or more lords. We can't recruit them. The only lords we can get are from these missions. So these are going to be long-term goals for us. Also, let's have a look else. We have dark magic, which is our currency instead of gold. It's exactly the same as gold for every intent and purpose. It just looks different. Necromantic power. Dark chaos, magic, evil. It goes by many names, but it is one thing and one thing alone. Power. Okay, so that's like generating food. Gained units, characters, battles, legions of undeath and buildings, and lost by other means. Maybe we spend it instead of actually losing it. Obedience to vampires, because we cause Vampiric Corruption. It controls public order. The more Vampiric Corruption in our provinces, the higher the public order. It also causes attrition for enemy units in the air, enemy armies in the region, and it spreads over to other settlements, as we can see, and causes public order issues. So that's nice to have that working for us. And Heinrich Kemmler doesn't actually suffer any attrition anywhere, which is very nice. Normally you'd suffer attrition if you're in an area without enough Vampiric Corruption, but Heinrich Kemmler doesn't have to worry about that. Necromantic power, low. Keep it as high as possible to avoid faction-wide penalties and unlock beneficial effects. See Necromantic power resource tooltip for source details. This one, I suppose. Okay. Oh, okay, so 25 is low. Right. Current necromantic power, 25. Magic item drop chance, plus 5%. Horde recruitment capacity, plus 1. Okay, yeah, Heinrich Kemmler is actually a horde currently. I'll have a look at these buildings in a bit. Stored lives, 1. Kemmler has accrued enough power that he can escape defeat one more time. Alright, so if he dies, he can come back again. That's pretty neat. I wonder where he returns, because if he dies and then comes back in the same spot, it just seems like the enemy would end up killing me again. Or maybe you'd have to have another army, because if Heinrich Kemmler was the last army you had and then he died, you'd lose the game, wouldn't you? We'll have to see. Maybe. I don't plan on losing him, but... what else have we got? Undead Legends. Oh, these are the lords we can get. Okay. Nameless. Ethereal Lord. Master at causing mayhem among enemy troops. Immune to untainted attrition. Dreskan High King. Raise 3 settlements. Melee expert. Focal point of brute force undead assaults. Passive ability, the Helm of Dreiska. We can't see what that does yet. And the Priestesses of Nadir. Defile 6 runes. Ethereal and multifaceted wizard. Adept at countering enemy casters. Passive ability, Crown of the Trickster. Okay. Now the Blackstone Post is actually not claimed currently. I think we should wander around for a bit before we claim it, because it says to claim it when we have high... Yeah, once necromantic power is high or more, occupy Blackstone Post and upgrade the settlement to the 2nd level. If we... I'm going to save. And... if we try and capture this... Do nothing, defile Barrow. The abandoned city is filled with corpses ripe for the taking. 100% unit replenishment. Okay. So we can't actually claim it until we have more necromantic power. Right. I'm going to reload that. Just so I don't spend the movement on something like looking at what we can do as the settlement. And Heinrich Kemmler is a horde, so we're going to have an army in his... We're going to have buildings in his army. I think the battle at the beginning of the campaign was required because of the live system. I feel that was the reason why it has that. Because Heinrich Kemmler has a history of being defeated and then coming back again and again and again. Not as much as the, not as many times as Drakenfels, but... it is proven rather difficult to kill. What's he got in his army? Barrow Legion, Barrow Guardians, Skeleton Shield Breakers, Spear Warriors, Glooms. Many and stubborn are the spirits of those slaves that were there. There should be that, I think. Were buried with their kings, but against their will. Vengeful too, still. Okay. Armor is 0, leadership is 43, speed is 31, 5 melee attack. But they do magic attack, okay. 6 melee defense, that's really low. 18 weapon strength, 16 weapon damage, and 2 armor piercing. Charge bonus is 3. They're really not that impressive. They only cost 37 upkeep though. Oh, we don't have any research. Okay. Yeah. Physical resistance is 75% though. Sphere, hide, and they have this. Spirit Levy. Constant. As long as their leadership is higher than 50%. Plus 8 melee defense. So instead of 6, they would have 14. And minus 12% speed. Not creatures of flesh anymore, but its instincts are still alive in these spirits and brings them to gather comfort from numbers. The wording overall, I feel, needs a bit of another pass. Tormented. Disabled if leadership is above 0. Causes severe damage to self. These spirits constantly fight Kemmler's control over them and will take leave from the world at his merest distraction. Okay, so the unit will pretty much disintegrate instantly if their leadership drops below 0. Or drops to 0 or below. They'll just be like, poof, disappear. Okay. But I think they're pretty much a meat shield. Tormented, Ethereal, meat shield. Okay. So they're like Ethereal zombies. And Hex Race. And we can recruit Skeleton Spears and Warriors. And we can resurrect just the normal Skeletons. Are these any different? Let's see. Yes. Our guys are slightly weaker. Armor, minus 10. Leadership, minus 9. Otherwise, their stats are the same. Oh, there's also slightly less. No, they cost slightly less. 87. These ones cost 82. They also have this. Replenishment, Risen Unit. Barrow units are fully replaced by Desecrating Ruins. Risen units replenish normally and at an increased rate in friendly territory. Wait. Okay. So these units are risen, which means that they regenerate normally as long as we're in friendly territory and faster than normal. However, if we have these guys, Barrow Guardians, they are a Barrow unit. And they they're fully replaced by Desecrating Ruins. Does that mean they don't replenish normally? Or do they just replenish slowly? Either way, I think it means that we would want to desecrate ruins like Blackstone Post to be able to replenish our more powerful Barrow units. Hex-Wraiths are actually risen units. Okay. Would these units get risen when we recruit them? Or I suppose they would, because we are raising them. And what's here? Ooh, we get unique units. This is in the Regiments of Renown list. Raise Legions of Undead. Beast of Kaled. Rampaging Stalker Construct sacred to the Goddess of Rage. Barrow units are fully replaced by Desecrating Ruin. Okay. It's like a stone minotaur. Doomed Legion. Aggressive Barrow Guardians that can terrify their foe and walk on untamed land unimpeded until felled. Okay. The Caged. Magically saturated skeleton archers with unique oddities. Guardians of Mede. Fast-moving simulacra imbued with the power of the storm. We got Michael Jackson here. Michael Jackson. One of Kemmler's White Lieutenants. Terror of the Lichemaster. An unholy undead construct handcrafted by Kemmler. Does it have to be a spider? Skulls of Geistenmund. Dual-wielding embalmed warriors with a unique ability. And the White Knights. Ghostly wights that can charge the enemy from above and have an instinct for protection. Okay. They cost necromantic power. Must first unlock Legion by defiling barrows. Oh, okay. Do we have to go to specific regions to get them? Or, Okay. Fine. What's this? Low necromantic power. Oh, okay. With high necromantic power, this region can be occupied by Kemmler. Right. Defile barrows. Ruins has been established recently, and are likely rife with bandits and grave robbers, or fellow necromancers. Iron, strategic location. Okay. Are we going to have to take that from Carrick Ziflin if they move there? Diplomacy. Hey, Musalon.
You seek out the Von Casterns. A bold action.
Yeah, oh, you're not interested in anything. We do have a non-aggression pact with you, so that's fine. And Sylvania. We have a non-aggression pact with you as well.
Fellow beatless hearts, let us discuss the destruction of the living, yes?
Not right now. We've got everything with you. We're going to be fighting against Bretonnian primarily. Okay. Lord not moved. So, do you have... Yeah, you have Lord of Undeath. Summons Krell. Let's see your abilities. Have they changed? This is a lot of reading, but I want to be thorough in this. Chaos Tombblade, Cloak of Mists and Shadows, that's his basic items. Ooh. Chaos Tombblade gives him necromantic power +1 per turn. Okay, that's nice. Immune to Chaos Attrition. I thought he had immune to attrition as a whole anyway. Seems a bit useless now. That's probably just in the base item. Melee attack +6, weapon strength +10%, enables magical attacks, +5% casualty replenishment. I wonder if that helps replenish the Barrow units. Passive ability, Chaos Tombblade, and Chaos Corruption +1 in local province. Chaos Tombblade. Replenishes dead combatants, +5 melee attack. Heals injured before resurrecting. Okay. It's just like Masters of the Dead, but with more bonuses. Cloak of Mist and Shadows. +1 necromantic power. Speed +10%. Defense +5, physical resistance 10%, enemy hero action success chance -10%, ambush success chance +15%, and Cloak of Mist and Shadows gives him, for 30 seconds, 75% physical resistance, and Strider. And he's got the Skull Staff, +1 necromantic power. Okay, getting his items will be really useful for that. Magic item drop chance +10%, miscast base chance -15%, wins a magic power reserve +10%, melee attack +5, magic resistance 20%, Winds of Magic cost -1 for Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Winds of Magic cost -1 for Van Hell's Dance Macabre upgraded. And Vampiric Corruption +5. Okay, so he'll be able to get Van Hell's Dance Macabre -2 or -3 cost. And it costs 8 and 6 normally. Okay. And he gets a Barded Nightmare as a mount. I think that's a new addition within the last few patches. Because I think Heinrich Kemmler was always a Footlord before. Master of the Dead. Yep, that's a basic ability which all necromancers get. Replenishes hit points of combatants, minus cost to raise dead spell, Aura of Dark Majesty, Slippery, Lord of the Scourge. And I'll lead you all in the dance, said he, the relentless dance of the tireless undead hordes. Attrition minus 10%, casualties suffered from all attrition, casualty replenishment rate plus 10%, and leadership plus 6. Thrall Master. These were these were skills added to necromancers to make them a bit more useful. Group rank +4 for skeletal and zombie units. Okay. And what's this? Lost Memories, the Dark Pact. Undeath and Chaos foes. Undeath and Chaos, foes since Nagash, mysteriously united for once in a pact only witnessed by Kemmler and Krell themselves. And only now Kemmler, his power fully restored, may see a glimpse of the game he was manipulated into. And Krell. Krell is living proof of that game. Diplomatic relations +15 with the faction of followers of Nagash. That'd be pretty cool. +1 necromantic power per turn. So we do have +1 per turn anyway. +10 leadership when attacking, and passive ability Lord of Undeath, which gives us Krell. And Krell doesn't degrade. That's nice. Lost Memories Council of the 9. The 3 vampires of Blutwald. The Lich of Vermissace. Lost Memories, 10,000 Skulls. La Maison Tal, and Battle of the Cairns, and Severance. Okay, we'll go over these when we get them. Maybe next time, because I'll be doing a lot of reading. The Lore of Vampires, Lore of the Lichemaster, and Arcane Conduit. Okay. He's actually a lot weaker than he was in that battle which we just played. Unnatural saves. Though supernatural monsters already carry their own enchantments or viciousness, there is always room for improvement. Physical resistance +5% for all construct, ethereal, and monster units. That's pretty nice. Enhancements. Many of Kemmler's monsters have been prowling for millennia. Their enchantments are rarely troubled. Okay, don't really get that, but sure. On the prowl. All those stories about travelers being savagely mauled by a mysterious living statue are probably not just stories. +16 melee attack for constructs. First and foremost, unquiet spirits and effigies such as these are bound to a location or person, and they will still stubbornly defend it. And breakthrough. When something like a Barrow simulacrum breaks through a regiment, it stays broken. And it increases charge bonus. Magical Animus. Undeath Resurgent. Resilience, assuming full control. Lords of the Barrows, Tenacious Dead, Undead Onslaught, Aura Supremacy, Vigor Mortis. And the Blue Tree. The Restless Dead, Casualty Replenishment, Unearthing, Darkling Skies, Alert, Immortal Horror, Lightning Strike, Garlic Clamor, Legion, Death at the Gates. Walls inconsequential if the attacker is insubstantial. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a new one. So we can get Siege Attacker on Krell. On Kemmler. That's pretty nice. Shepherd of Souls. Architects, Advisors, Shamans, and ultimately Morbid Shepherds. A Shadow Druid is added to the Hero Recruitment panel. Ooh, a unique, a different hero. Brave and petty warlords, whose strong willpower can be put to use even as their Iron Fist went a bit rusty. Chieftain of Horde. A Barrow King is added to the Hero Recruitment panel. Ooh, neat. Okay. And anything else here? Wanderer. Nope. Ravenous Dead. As the undead rip apart their victims, they feast on the organs that spill forth, regaining strength in the process. The Ravenous Dead. Oh, I think we saw that in the battle. I think it just replenishes hit points of units nearby. Okay. Get some skeletons. Not that. And raise these. Also, let's have a look at your buildings. What are these? White Kings, Necromancers, Barrow Kings, White Kings. Ooh, Necromancers. Ooh, we get multiple different heroes. Shadow Druids of Death, of Heavens, of Shadows, and Necromancers. But we don't have any available. Oh, we don't have the specific building chain. And we might get them next time. What's in it? Oh, jeez. This is a lot of stuff. Undead Horde. A roaming necromancer hardly has use for war camps or logistics. All that matters is their own safety and a supply of bodies. 250 income generated. Horde recruitment capacity plus 2. Blah, blah, blah. Allows us to get a Barrow King. Shadow Druids. Okay, so we can actually get some of these next turn, perhaps, when we get some. When it gives us some in our pool. Shambling Horde, Risen Dead, Legion of Dead, Sacrifice Souls, Tormented Spirits, Vengeful. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go over this a bit. I want to get started with it. Doing a lot of reading. I do all this reading at the beginning of the campaigns, just so that we can get a thorough understanding of the faction. It's also for my own benefit, so that I know what I'm working with. It does mean that a lot of the first episode is reading, but it sort of gets it out of the way. But we'll play a few turns, and then I'll continue reading it. Carrick Ziflin is attacking Bretonnia? Maybe? So, we're probably going to want to attack Gisaro. We recruited skeletons. Gisaro has peasants. We have something better than peasants? Oh. It's kind of annoying. A little annoying. I'm going to have to get used to that. Don't click that button. Click the next one. Oh, the puns. Go over there, Kemmler. Raise some more. And attack Gisaro.
Commit, minions, commit.
Okay. We're laying siege. But we're going to attack straight out. There's no reason for us not to. We're not going to starve them out. Okay. Just a basic battle. And I'll play the battle so that we can see the units, and also so that I don't end up losing too many units. It's just spearmen at arms. And men at arms and peasant bowmen. 2 units of the these guys. What are they called? Foot knights? No. Foot squires. Which are pretty good. Do they encourage? We're going to be able to see the glooms too. Okay, that's fine magic. My skeletons! Fine out. How fast are you? 31 compared to 23, so you're actually as fast as the skeletons. But you're so weak, so I could have you on the flanks actually. Let's see. Go there. You go there. There. And you go there. It's fun playing as a vampire counts again. I haven't done so in quite a while. Okay. And you two go behind. Kemmler! Go there. And we're gonna have to summon Krell. If we have the ability. Yes, we should. Okay. Let's see the glooms. Okay. They're ethereal skeletons and people. They look pretty cool. They got the zombie animation on them. And our X-race. Like the look of ethereal units. Okay. Advance on them. Ooh. Krell just popped up. Oh, cool. There he is. Krell just popped up out of the ground. I was wondering whether we'd have to summon him, but apparently he's just appears at the start of a battle. That's pretty nice. Right next to Kemmler? Or maybe nearby? Constant. Target ground. 60 meters. Yeah, okay. So it's just a constant ability he'll summon Krell at the beginning of a battle. Nice. I don't even have to cast it myself. Krell just appears on his own. You charge up there. Let's have a look at the marching undead hordes. I really like the animation for the skeleton warriors. The fact that they're all synchronized like that is such a nice touch. I think I've said that before, but it's just, I don't know. It was such a good decision by the animators to do that. The jerky movements also reminds me of the, what's it called? Also reminds me of the stop motion skeletons from, oh jeez, those old movies. Jason and the Argonauts? I should see that movie sometime. Krell! Off you go! What are they? Greatsword infantry. Yeah, foot squires. The zombies are too slow. They've moved behind my skeletons. Oh well. Stop talking to your staff, man.
Tremble, mortals!
Heinrich Kemmler.
Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Blog! I remember in the tabletop that spell was actually required to, I think, get your undead units to be able to charge at all. Because otherwise your undead were so slow that they weren't able to charge, so you had to cast Van Hell's Dance Macabre on them to get them to charge. Zombies! This is too easy! Look at them fleeing! Terror! Oh, we also get to see the uniforms and heraldry of Bretonnia with the shields of Artois, is it? Was the lion head on their shields, is it? Okay. You chasing everyone down?
For my master!
Yes, to slaughter! It's moving out! Kill everything!
Bam! He just cuts up like 4 guys. Yeah, he just straight up killed 4 guys in one blow. Wham! Go after them, Hex Wraiths. I kind of wish the Hex Wraiths left the ethereal sort of fire trail behind them. That'd be pretty cool. Bam! Yay, victory! After them. Boo! You never had it. Okay. Decisive victory! What better way to start a campaign than slaughtering a peasant? It's like a christening. Or like when you know, smack a bottle against the side of a ship. $49 on the Barrow Barrow White, is it? 171 on the Hex Race, but they were chasing down fleeing units. They didn't even get any losses. 47 on those guys. It's pretty good. 310. Trickster's Helm. We are at a deficit currently, though. And he goes up a level. So, what do we do? Do we sack it to get a lot of... do we sack it to get a lot of, dark magic? Do we loot and occupy? I don't think we should be occupying things, because... we're a horde. So that doesn't seem like it would be that useful to us. Should we raise it? Because that means that we'll get another barrow, which we could get another ruins to defile. But I think we have to wait a number of turns before we can do that. Sack it.
Across the map.
Trickster's Helm. Ooh, that's nice to find. +2 armor, melee defense +7, and ward save 10%.
They will all pay.
Okay, and we don't actually have to, we don't actually have to make you,
Then
go back into our territory.
world domination is ours.
Yep, just embark there. Encamp there. Sorry. Does that make him invisible? No. Okay. Ooh, we can unlock one of the lost memories. Any of these ones? Let's see. Lost Memories. Council of the Nine. The first great victory for Kemmler, and what immediately confirmed him as vastly superior to the other necromancers. Whoever else could defeat 9 such rivals at once. +1 necromantic power, and enemy wins of magic power reserve -5. Local region. Lost Memory. The 3 vampires of Blutwald. Much was learned and many secrets were stolen that day, when Kemmler bested not 1 but 3 vampire wizards. A clear message to even the most powerful necrarchs. Melee attack +5 when fighting against vampire counts. All armies. Lost Memories. The Lich of Vermissace. Yet another great victory that was, as the Wizard of Castle Vermissace crumbled against Kemmler's magic, the one and only Lichemaster. +1 usage for Raised Dead and Raised Dead upgraded. Lost Memories. The 10,000 Skulls. But jealousy, rivals, and vengeance are powerful forces, sometimes strong enough to bring foes together. At the Battle of the 10,000 Skulls, Yeah, if the is part of the title, then the first T should be capitalized. For the first time, Kemmler knew defeat, and such was the magical struggle that day that his own mind was blasted away, and for decades he wandered, lost and forgotten even to himself. Needless to say, they will all pay. Leadership +5 when fighting against Vampire Counts, Vampire Coast, and Tomb Kings. Wound recovery time -1 for all characters. Untitled, wretched Bretonnians and their saints, that stubborn Duke of Quenellus alone managed what multiple Masters of Undeath failed at before, carving through Kemmler's horde and forcing him into hiding again. Something will have to be done about Tancred and his progeny. Bonus versus large +3 when fighting against Bretonnia, all armies. That would be nice. Magic resistance 10% for all units, Lord's army. That's nice. Battle of the Cans. Beat them while it's cold. That was the trick. The Elves of the forest barely managed to keep Kemmler out once, but now he is sure. There are ways through their supposedly impenetrable wildwoods. The Wood Elves will know a last winter of woes. Missile resistance 20% when fighting against Wood Elves. All armies. Attrition -30% casualties suffered from Athelloran attrition. All armies. I don't think Heinrich Kemmler will suffer attrition from moving into Athelloran, so that will be nice for the other lords. Haven't got Severance yet. Okay. What turn do you get that? 18. We'll read that when we get there. We'll get Lost Memories Untitled, because that's relevant to us at the moment. We don't actually have a penalty to upkeep. Oh, we got some necromantic power for that. Battles, 2. And 1 for the characters. Okay. Still low, but... Okay, so fighting battles we get necromantic power. I want... What do I want? How many spears do we have? 6 spears. I want more swords then. No. Can we get any heroes? No. No. Okay, fine. Are you going to come and attack me?
My holy vow. No.
Chilfoy de Artois. Fine. Ooh, Grogzint just got raised. Oh, and Marienburg just claimed it. It's going to be a bit difficult to make use of the ruin system because the AI is very ruin colonizing happy. Hello. You're going to Gisero. I think I can defeat you next turn. A full stack of undead. Nearly.
I am a lord of Bretonnia. Never.
Your confidence will be your downfall. Yeah, I keep looking at this symbol and I don't know what it is. It's a... don't know. It's usually like a bat with a skull in the middle of it, but it looks like a melty face or something. What have you got? The remnants of your garrison. Chilfoy to Artois. We should be able to deal with you with Krill. Men-at-Arms, Polearms, Spearmen, Pox Arrow Bowman, Peasant Bowman, Knights of the Realm, and a Field Trebuchet. What's the slaughter of a few more 1,000 peasants of Bretonnia? They'll be much more useful dead. Undead. Yes, I have got the Vampire Counts Rulebook. Let me have a look. Here we go. I don't think it's the most recent one. I think it's the 7th edition one. Vampire Counts. So, yes. One lord I'd always like to have added would be Conrad von Carstein, because I like him, but I have got a mod which adds him. What's it called? Why So Serious is Forgotten Lords and Heroes, I think, or something like that. Lords and Heroes mod. He's only available as Vlad, I think. You have to build you have to build a crypt of the Mad Count or something, and then you get Conrad. I haven't actually played with him for a while. He's a crazy vampire, very good at melee. On the tabletop, he was not necessarily that strong. He only had heavy armor. He was all about attacking. But if he took damage, he really couldn't survive that well. Okay. Wait, stop. Gonna have to remember this. I have to remember to pick up Krell when the battle starts. Okay. We'll go slow because our zombies are slow. So, what have they got? There's Chilfroy de Artois. Nice model. I like the change to the green for his saddle. Nice little detail there. Pardon me. Okay. Or is that a boar on his shield? I think it's a boar, not a lion. Like halfway between one and the other. Bows, spears, pitchforks, the trebuchets, and the Knights of the Realm. Anti-large. I'm not going to want to charge them with my Hex Wraiths. Actually, my Hex Wraiths would have anti-large now, wouldn't they? Yeah, +3. It's not really that much, so I shouldn't get too excited. Oh, the hordes of the undead. Oh, they're shooting us. Not gonna do much. Come on, try and kill at least one zombie. You. Zombies are some of my favorite models to paint in the tabletop because you can do so much with them. You like cut their arms off, stick an axe in their head, stick arrows in their body, have them like stumbling around, holding other heads and farming implements and all that. So much you can do with them. Okay, spread out. There. Zombies move up there. You go over there.
All is chaos.
I'm not too worried about my zombies dying.
Champion of God.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Okay. They still haven't committed their, They still haven't committed their, cavalry. So we'll hold off on sending them out. Ooh, jeez, Crow carved through him. No joke. Chase after those archers. Stop them from shooting us.
Where is Krell?
He's running off. They're actually dealing a lot of damage to those Barrow Guardians. Oh, hello. Well, their charge just decimated those skeleton warriors. Don't chuck a rock at Krell and Kemmler. You don't like that.
Leaving. At once.
Yeah, Kemmler can't really do too much at the moment. Doesn't have many abilities, so it's just sort of there for morale support as a cheerleadings. Woo, 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 woo. Go undead, go undead. Come on. Carve into pieces. Wham! Oh, you let him get away.
Carnage.
Gonna come back? He is broken.
Smash them.
Get away. Get away. The lady's blessing is low.
Undead terror.
Go and attack those sanctimonious knights.
Legions to me.
He's coming back.
Kemmler's will.
I am dishonored. Go over here and charge these guys in the rear. Wah! And terror out. Maybe. Yep. Terrored. Oh. Oh. Hello. My glooms actually didn't break when they got charged by those knights, which is pretty nice. See, he's shattered. He is shattered now. And everything shatters. There we go. So, you. Heal them. Get back here.
So wonderful.
So wonderful. Really? I didn't know he said that. So wonderful. Ah, yes. I love wandering around the countryside, raising all the people I come across. The people you meet. Actually raise any of them? Or did he end up casting it on the other unit? Let's see.
Master of death.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2.
I am Kemmler.
Go. Cast it on them again. Cool.
Even Krell would be impressed.
And he raises a few more from the ground. I like how they got a little popping out of the ground animation. Ugh. The fields of the Warhammer world are saturated with the corpses of ancient battles all over the place, so you can basically just summon units anywhere. I'd imagine it's why there's so many skulls all over the place, because you'd have a peasant tilling a field and they just unearth like 50 skulls in one go, and they're like, what are we going to do with all these? I don't know, make a wall out of them. Oh, the peasant archers got away. We're gonna need more cavalry. So what do I do now? I suppose I raise Gisserol, since we already sacked it last turn. And then Chilfroy failed, so yep, raise the settlement. We won't get any money from it. And we get another ruin to loot in a few turns. I do think we have to wait a few turns before we can reap the full benefits of it. The dead rise again. And we get 969 loot for that. I'm just noticing. The button keeps making the ticking noise when I hovered over it. Okay, yep, raise the settlement. Boom. Stalker of Arden. If only the Duke wasn't too honourable to hide, then perhaps he could defend the Forest of Arden. Weapon strength plus 15% during forest battles. Leadership aura plus 25% during forest battles. That's pretty nice. And Sword of Might. And a Gravedigger. Pass me my spade. I'm looking for gallows bait.
Find me, grave.
What's this say? Defile barriers. Okay, so apparently we do have to wait a few turns to get like the full, to get like a better bonus from defiling them. The longer ruins are around, better the bonus we get from them. Let's see. What do I want to get for you? Slippery might be nice. Master. Get Lord of the Scourge. No, we don't actually have any, we're not replenishing because we're not in Hordes. We're not in encamp stance. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to take Castle Artois. It's a long reach, but it might just work. Ow! Carrick Ziflin took Blackstone Post. So I'm not going to be able to get the Barrow from there, because they colonized it. So they did just colonize it. I could take it from them. They're extremely weak right now. Castle Artois does not have doesn't have walls, and it's got a very, very limited garrison. We're not within range to attack it, however. And I am in range of Blackstone Post. Why does it have 100% wall strength when I haven't even built the settlement yet? What's our necromantic power? 30, and it's low. Okay. What should I go for? Blackstone Post or Castle Artois? Go for Castle Artois, I think. Can we recruit anything here? We can recruit a skeleton warrior and some zombies. Can these all... Oh, they can. Okay. You can combine skeleton spearmen and skeleton spear warriors. It seems. So do that. Review. Can I? Actually, oh no, you can't. Pardon me. I was mistaken. There we go. And this only requires 25 movement, so move over there. Can we not build anything here? We need surplus population. Do we lose the what's it called? The horde buildings if we occupy a settlement? I think we do. What are these? Undead Horde. Yeah, we've read that. Generates income, Horde recruitment capacity +2, Vampiric Corruption +5, Horde growth +10. Okay. Unlocks hero recruitment based on defile Barrow's outcomes. Oh, that's how we get them. Okay. Unlocks recruitment of Skeleton Spear Warriors and Skeleton Warriors. What's their other buildings? Shambling Horde. In the right places, it's not difficult to dig up hundreds of Barrow Warriors, still clasping their ancient weapons. Generates 50 income. Vampiric Corruption +1, and Skeleton Spear Breakers and Spear Throwers. Risen Warriors. Honoured warriors of the Barrow people would be buried together with their rare steeds, or even mummified in emulation of the southern rites. And embalmed ones, unquiet lancers, and unquiet horsemen. Unquiet lancers are an anti-infantry cavalry, unlike these unquiet horsemen, which are anti-large. Okay. Legion of the Dead. Raising higher class warriors may involve breaking some sigils, but it's well worth it. 150 income generated, and +3 Vampiric Corruption. And it gets Barrow Guardians, Pole Arms, and Barrow Guardians. What's this? Spirits. Sacrificed souls. The Necromancer's choice in terms of graveyards and crypts is for those where the dead do more than rattle the furniture and scare dogs. We get glooms. Tormented Spirits. Places so haunted you can hear them from a distance. It's probably still too late. Barrow Ghosts. Disruptive. Tormented. Ethereal. Causes terror. Willing custodians to their master's burial mounds, these spirits will chase off weak-hearted trespassers without respite. Oh, there's only one unit in the squad. Okay, and I've only got 600 health. No armor. 90 leadership. 60 speed. 20 melee attack, they have Discourage, -16 leadership, and magical attacks, 25 melee defense, 10 weapon strength, which is all armor piercing, and 3 charge bonus. 100% physical resistance. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't think that means that he won't take any damage. Though, normally you can only get up to like 90%. There's like a hard cap on your resistances. It can only go up to 90% or so, even if you have more. This is mostly with ward saves. You can only get up to like 90% ward save or something like that, even though it seems like you could get over. But I don't know what that would actually mean. Whether it's 100% physical resistance. Would he be completely resistant to physical damage? 10% magic resistance. It's still nice to have, considering it's an ethereal unit. Resilience, yeah. Causes fear, causes terror, hide, undead. Tormented. Okay. So, despite that, if its leadership goes below 0, or if its leadership goes to 0, it'll pretty much poof. Vengeful Chill. Even though this guardian spirit is too rarefied to directly harm its victims, their vengeful presence can shatter a man's life force like brittle ice. Around self. Causes damage to combatants and -20% speed. Ooh, interesting. Okay. And a Barrow unit. That's a nice, neat sounding unit. Cairn Wraiths. Sure, they're the same as vampire counts. Yep, 75% physical resistance and 10% magic resistance. And Tormented Bane. What's this one? Death has a way of looking for more death. And Tormented Bane. Or it can age like a fine wine. 200 income generated. Necromantic power. -1 per turn. Oh, okay. Vampiric Corruption +4. Local province. Right, so that would actually generate us less necromantic power. Get the Mortis engine from that, though. Yep. I think that's the same as for the vampire counts. It's a magical chariot with a debuff aura, which deals damage to enemy units near it. And Hex Race. With flaming attacks? The Hex Race normally have flaming attacks? How'd they do? Where's that flaming attacks? But yeah, okay, so that just sort of incentivizes me to keep our Hex Race alive. I don't want to lose them because it will take ages for us to get them back again. Roaming killers. Animated creatures. Some of the ancient constructs still wander around their charges, almost waiting for someone to put a leash on them. Tombstalkers. Okay. Royal effigies. The best and largest barrows are still guarded. Statues of gods and kings that do more than just stand there. Standing there. It should just be stand there. That gets us simulacra. And reanimated beasts. Dost thou even raise? -1 necromantic power per turn. Oh, actually, that gives us -1 per turn for the whole tree. It doesn't go above -1. But, okay. And that gives us zombie dragons to recruit and terrorgeists. Zombie dragons as a unit? Though Kemmler cannot easily access the plane of bones, he surely has the power to raise a felled dragon should the opportunity arise. Pestilential breath. I think it should just be called pestilent breath. Oh, maybe it not, because that's the same as a Skaven spell. Maybe that's why it's different. Powerful explosion, strong versus single opponent. Some dragons breathe noxious fumes that have a long-lasting effect on the target's coordination, if it survived the attack in the first place. And swarm of flies. -5 melee attack. Okay. What's this one? Secret studies. Dramatic studies. Kemmler's collection of unholy books is likely the second best in the whole world, and it doesn't stop growing. Okay. There's much that can be learned from defeated necrarchs. They tend to be quite meticulous. Ooh, melee attack, melee defense. Anatomy of a legion. Necromancy is much more than just flinging dead bodies around. Knowledge of sinew and muscle and bone, how to replicate and recreate them and combine them anew. That is what defines the best necromancers. That is necromantic power +1. Armor +5. Melee defense +5. Vampiric Corruption +5. Melee attack +5. Okay. Necromantic effigies. Sometimes a ritual becomes the ritual of itself. Behind the masquerade of terrifying gadgets, all that counts might maybe just willpower, some blood, and an egg. Is that a reference to Discworld? Horde building construction cost -5%, horde growth +2. Okay, that would be nice to have. New rituals. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Horde growth more. Experimentation. Maybe 2 eggs. No stone unturned. Tracking down the largest crypts, those that are already crawling with impatient undead. An army for the taking. Ooh, horde building costs. Okay, that would actually be quite good to get. And it gives us necromantic power +1 as well, too. Illusions of weakness. Mischief. They think us weak, old friend. Let them. Ooh, campaign movement range. Ambush chance. Undeath knows no logistics but dead bodies, and those can be everywhere. Ooh, attribute. Vanguard deployment when defending this army. That's interesting. Okay, so even if we get attacked, we can put ourselves in a more advantageous position. That's neat. I like that. Wings of Death. Strike fast. March on your wings of death. Ambush defense chance +45%. Yep. Expendable minions. Even necromancers can sometimes use the reminder before they start decorating a skeleton for acts of bravery. Oh, unit experience gain per turn -300. Does that mean that they'll lose chevrons? I don't think so. I think once they gain a chevron, they wouldn't be able to lose it. Upkeep -10% for all units. Horde recruitment capacity +1. Vampiric Corruption +2. Okay. Resilience. Renew the spark in these empty skulls. Rekindle their ancient fury and spite. Uncover razing, sacking +10%. Attrition -10%. Okay. But that doesn't really matter to us. I assume this tree is the same for all of the lords we can get. That's why it's there. Break the wards. Lead undeath through unsullied lands. Okay. Winter of Woes. For the pesky elves of the forest haven't seen the last of Kemmler. Not by far. Yep. Reaping Death. A rusty sword, tightly grasped by unfeeling bone, waiting in the fog, for it has all the time in the world to spring the trap. -1 necromantic power, vampiric corruption +5. We're going to cause so much vampiric corruption by the end of this. Horde growth -3. Attribute Stalk for all skeletal cavalry and infantry units. That's pretty nice. Stalk means that they hide in open ground, doesn't it? Like what the night goblins have. Ugh. Stalking undead. The gloom of night, or the glom of nit. Endless Legion. Vampiric Corruption +1, horde growth -2. Add 2 gloom units at start of any battle. Oh, that's nice. Thriller. Vampiric Corruption. 3 skeleton units at the start of any battle. Full mounds. 3 embalmed ones. Do these stack, or is this changing it? Adds 2 Cairn Wraiths. Adds 2 Hex Wraiths. Okay, so that's like a walls. We get a kind of a garrison. Throne of Bones. Bow to the Lichemaster. Minus 15% upkeep cost. Plus 5 necromantic power. Horde recruitment capacity +2. Vampiric Corruption +1. Horde growth +10. And what's these? Rituals. Rituals of Servitude and Decay. Attribute Expert Charge Defense for glooms and embalmed ones. Passive ability Swarm of Flies for glooms and embalmed ones. Okay, that's nice. Rituals are Deathly Vapors. We read that. Strengthened the old bonds and forge some new. Push the borders of the realms to any direction and dimension you want. Drawbacks are just noise. Plus 15% speed for all ethereal units. Passive ability Deathly Vapors. Regeneration for all ethereal units. Ooh, nice. Regenerating ethereal units. Ritual of Imprinting. For those that would have died for their ward, death doesn't change much. Physical resistance 10% for all Barrow Guardian units, and passive ability Guardian for all Barrow Guardian units. That's nice. Ritual of the Night Hunt. There is justice and order in ancestors dying before the new generations. There is a distorted satisfaction in making ancestors slay their descendants. Weapon strength 15% for all skeleton warriors, spear throwers, shield breakers, and horsemen. And 25% missile damage for skeleton spear throwers. And Ritual of Nagashizar. There is usefulness in Nagasha's morbosity, especially in his own defeats. Melee attack +5 when fighting against Empire, against Skaven, and Spirit Conduit for all legions of Undead. Spirit Conduit. Don't remember what that is. Does any other faction have that? Is that it? Okay, I can't remember. Anyway, interesting buildings. So we've got a number of more powerful units there. I like some of the bonuses we can get. Like having Vanguard deploy on defensive battles will be nice. It's really the kind of... It really fits with Heinrich Kemmler's like plotting and scheming. You know, it's like you thought you had the upper hand, but haha, actually no. I'd laid a trap for you. My undead were around you the moment you set foot near me, ready to drag you down beneath the earth. Oh, okay. We actually have a point to spend here, but I probably won't spend it on any of those. I'll probably spend it on necromantic efficiency, because that increases horde growth, and I want to get horde growth up. Yeah. Because resurrecting, raising dead is kind of alright for the moment. Okay, and do I want to build some siege weapons? We don't have any things to break down the doors with. I might just wait like 2 turns. So.
Turn them to death.
Are we at war with anyone else? Let me see. We're at war just with Artois. Okay. Hey, Moussalon. You want to chip in? Ooh, what's this? What? Okay. I think that's relevant to,
Find me grave-bound.
yeah, I think that's something to do with how one of the mechanics works. So that's not actually an army. Where is he located anyway? Yep, okay, he's located off the map over there, so it don't matter. Yeah, just ignore that. It's most likely there just to make sure something works right. Hope I've got something which conflicts with the mod. I shouldn't. I don't think I missed any parts of it. Anyway. So we'll wait like one more turn after this one, sieging Castle Artois, and then we'll siege it. We can just get our undead to climb over the walls. Not like that's going to stop us. Anyone else want to
You dare. Very well.
have any...
Let us hold a conclave, my kin.
Oh, what about Sylvania?
My kin.
Oh.
I am pleased thou attendest me.
Yes, yes. Thou attendest me. Oh, Manfred. You'll never be cool as your father. Okay. So after I deal with Castle Artois, what am I going to want to do? Should I take the battle to L'Anguille and Couronne? Breaking the back of the Bretonnians early on might be a good idea. Oh, we actually replenished. And we have one and have to wait 2 more turns for another one. I kind of just want to attack right now. We can't really sit around for too long because we're a horde and we don't have a base of operation, so enemy armies could declare war on us and attack us, and that would be problematic. Also, they don't have cavalry, they've just got infantry, so... Blah! Attack my undead hordes. Feast on the flesh of the living. Frederic de Sauveterre? My guessing as to the French pronunciation. My hex rates have a silver chevron. Nothing else has got any chevrons yet. Thought at least some of my units. Maybe I've actually removed the ones badly injured. No, but they haven't. And they killed like 80 something in one battle. Okay. You hop off. Zombies. Gamble. Come on, Ronald. Yay! Okay, where's that battering ram? Where is it? Hold on. I'm blind! I can't see it. Where is it? There it is! Zombies, go on it. Right. And you lot. I have the zombies in the towers. It really doesn't matter. We're just going to spill out onto the walls. A massive, unending horde of undead. And then use the towers to get our other hordes of skeletons on the walls. And yes, I'm lining them up. Nice and orderly. Okay. Kemmler, go there.
I am back.
Yes, you are. Okay, attack. And march forward, my legions of undead. So, we get to see the Vampire Count's siege equipment. They have these really spooky looking battering rams pushed by ghosts, ethereal stuff. I wonder if you could use this effect on other units. And they have these as their siege towers, which are like large piles of earth held together with bones. And they float. They also have little like mausoleums on top. They make spooky noises. They're still just siege towers, though. Be nice if perhaps the siege towers and all that had different abilities, depending on which faction they're for. But yeah. Okay, charge up, because we're going to have to reinforce the zombies pretty quickly, or not. And the zombies stumble out. I like the little hop animation to do. Are you going to kill anyone? Zombies are pretty pathetic. Oh, yeah, right. The zombies are so slow, the siege battering ram. It's faster than they are, so it gets ahead of them. And they have to catch up with it. Bit of an issue. I like putting the zombies on it because they're expendable. They don't actually have expendable on their stat, but I suppose it's because the undead don't really care. Have you killed anything yet? 0. 0. I'm not holding my breath.
I am the Lichemaster.
Onward. Going.
Heinrich Kemmler.
I could resurrect those zombies. I can't really be bothered. Warriors. Go up there.
Mortals shall die.
Okay, the battering ram is through the gate. Surge in. Go there. And Krell was in the fight. He's just shouldering his way through the skeleton, through the zombies. Get out of my way. There's Bretonnians to slaughter.
Undead terror. Taste my axe.
And there we go. Oh, you poor sods. You can't do anything against Krell.
Death to all.
A great voice for him. Doink. No. Okay. Skeletons go up.
Lichemaster.
Pass Van Hell starts on the zombies. Because that does improve their stats by a fair bit. It's a much higher melee attack. Oh, come on, Krell. Attacked in the rear. Someone poke me in the ass. Attack that gatehouse. Climb there. Their lord's hiding in the back over there, but it's because he's on a mount. He's on a horse. If I had Wind of Death. Oh, they actually have some men-at-arms shield there. Okay.
All is chaos.
I just got a few more kills. 53. 58. 60. 61.
Blood.
Wham! Come on.
Kill everything.
Without a beard? Okay. Zombies off the walls. I want you to charge over here.
Axe of Krell.
Right here.
Destruction. I am dead.
And it's not exactly where I said, but... Oh. Victory is in our grasp. As the zombies pull down more unfortunate souls. Hordes of undead keep pouring onto the walls. If I could resurrect units on the inside, it would help a lot.
Bleed them. It is his will.
Actually, Crow, hop off the walls.
Yes, master. Fight forward. Carnage. Kill everything.
Get away! Heinrich Kemmler.
Skeletons! Get over there.
I am Kemmler.
Yes, you are. Hidden units. 70%. There's the zombies. Zombies off the walls. You nearly through those? Yeah, kind of.
My master.
Tremble, mortals.
Come on, Krell, go after their lord.
Blood. It is done.
Wham! His blessing of the lady doesn't seem so powerful now. Drag him off of his horse. Just hacking zombies apart to get at him. Smack! Poor zombies. Wham! He can't actually hurt them. It's just for show. There's a zombie without a head. That's how I like the undead. Like, stupidly hard to kill. It's like that there are in Dwarf Fortress, but in Dwarf Fortress, ugh. It's a pain to deal with.
Tremble before me. That doom comes. Moving out
Come on, chase him! Oh, he got away.
to ruin.
Well, your lord is fleeing.
Son of corn.
How's that make you feel? Go, go! Get him! Oh, I think he's rallied. He has rallied.
Kill, maim, burn.
Have they won over here yet? Come on. Get him! Can you stop your charge? Bam! Come on, knock his head off. Bam! There we go. Hop. And with that, did his army rout? Nope. Well done, Krell. You get extra cook. You get an extra, like, treat after the battle. That's how Kemmler keeps him loyal. He gives him, like, I don't know, skeleton treats. Scooby snacks. Oh, Rimmler. Sorry, I thought that going through my head. Like, like Zoinks, Krill. Looks like we're in for it now. And there we go. Chase after them. I think on the tabletop, the zombies actually had a special ability. Oh, they got the Ravenous dead. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, I think. Let me see. I think they had another one, actually. Now, this is a 7th edition rule, so it might have been removed in the later ones. Let's see. Well, they got the Ravenous dead in this, which is a regeneration while they're in melee. On the tabletop, they had... Shambling Horde. Zombies never pursue or overrun. Instead, enemy units fleeing from contact with zombies suffer a number of hits for each rank of 5 or more zombies. So, it's like as they flee the zombies pull them down and devour them. Perhaps they could do something like that. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Gives the zombies more speed if they're in combat. That way they'd be able to chase down enemy units a bit better. Anyway, I don't know if you could have an ability which activates when an enemy unit has fled near you. Or if there's a... yeah, if there's like a broken... Now, close victory. Wow, mostly just because we wore them down. Look at how many they killed. 131, 179. 122 for those archers. But it was all for naught in the end. Sure. Sack the settlement or raise it? Sack it. Okay. And... wait, do we not get... oh, we get our income. Okay. What should we get next? Invocation of Nehek. And should we recruit some more of those? Are those cheaper? 87, 75. They are cheaper than the Skeleton Warriors, so we should really be building our army of these than the Skeletons, because, you know, more cost efficient. And we don't get zombies from that, but zombies are zombies. Okay. Enter. Should we continue marching on to Corone? Oh, hello. Oh! Stupid dwarves, they took Gisserol. Vampires appeared to attack Castle Artois. That's probably going to deal with them pretty nicely. Ooh. A cloaked stranger from the mist-shrouded lands of Albion approaches with a request. He is of sinister aspect, but assures you that his intentions are good. Chaos Corruption, +4 for 5 turns, and +3,000 total dark magic. Or do we safeguard? Grant the request. Doesn't matter. Because we don't suffer from the Chaos Corruption, and it will just cause more problems. We don't actually even have any provinces for that penalty, so...
Time is right.
Great.
It is night.
Dwarves. What am I going to do with you, dwarves?
I will not blight my soul.
We can't auto-resolve it because we don't have any siege attackers. I want to be done with them. So. Yep. Pardon me. That's the other lord again. Okay. 38. What's that count as? Low still. Okay. Enter. I'm gonna have to do something about those dwarves, but we don't have the armor piercing for it. We just got skeletons and zombies. Got the Hex Race, but that's one unit against an entire army of dwarves. Okay.
Destroy them.
Uh,
Turn them to death.
yeah, just auto-resolve. Okay, we didn't lose anything. Got some money. And I don't want to occupy it, so we'll raise it.
It will be.
Gleaming Pennant. +4 leadership. Nice. Gravedigger. Another. And Artois is destroyed.
Yes.
Get another level. I'm going to get Raise Dead. What type of necromancer would we be if we couldn't raise the dead?
Find me grave bound.
That.
I need more minions.
No. Okay, end turn. Oh, hello. Are you looking to claim Castle Artois? You're willing to suffer attrition to take it. What? Those dwarves are incredibly ruin colonizing happy. That's funny. That's actually going to give them negative penalties with Bretonnia because of a mod I have, which will make the Bretonnians unhappy with them for that. Yeah. Trespassers against Corone. Ruler's prejudice against Carrick Ziflin, -2. I think it should be like -4, shouldn't it? Because they own 2.
For the wisdom of the layer.
Why didn't you take any penalties for claiming those ruins? I mean, your army should be like halved overall, but it's not.
My axe thirsts for war.
Where do I want to attack next? Who's Moussalon at war with? You're at war with Lyonesse and Bordello.
Bold action.
I do not have... No. I don't have, what's it called? Military access with you. Can I get any more...
I'll have you speak now. Praise your gods.
Wait.
I like what you say.
Defensive alliance. If I join the war against Lyonesse? Low. What about if I join the war against Lyonesse and Bordello? Moderate.
Insolence!
Really? You would accept my help against both of those? Hey, do I attack Gisero? Or do I attack Castle Artois? Castle Artois now has walls at 100 strength.
Axe thirsts for war.
And a bunch of dwarves in it. Should probably just go and attack Carrick Ziflin, actually. Their capital. That will get rid of any of their like units and all that. Go there.
Domination is ours.
We're working on it, Kemmler. At least my razing of settlements and those Carrick Ziflin's claiming of those settlements will put them at odds with Bretonnia. Bretonnia will be like, hey, you own territory which is supposed to be owned by Bretonnians. So like, so? These lands were once dwarven, long, long ago. We are causing a lot of Vampiric Corruption in the area, which is problematic for them. Should I attack you? Or Beastmen? Why can't we ever see more of your army? Beastmen spawned. Can I actually get, like, allied with the Beastmen? And we can't see them.
Test me at your peril.
Let's see. Is that only defensive battles? No, that's any battles. What have we got? We've got 6 surplus now. What would be useful against the dwarves? The shield breakers. Sure. Let's get the shield breakers. And we can't get anything else, because everything else went up in cost. Okay. Be able to recruit some shield breakers, and they'll help against the dwarves' tough armor. Some more shield breakers, because we do have 1 unit of them. Well, okay. Dwarves got rid of that rebellion, but they did lose a lot of dwarves in the process. They're weakened. What's Blackstone Post looking like? Only a basic garrison. Okay, ooh, we could actually get the next level. Unquiet Horsemen, Unquiet Lancers. Unquiet Lancers don't have... Can't see it on here. They don't have armor piercing. They are anti-infantry. Let's see. They are 116 upkeep each. I would like... went up. Recruitment capacity as well. Let's see. We'll have... Get rid of these skeletons. Get rid of these. We can actually get some spear throwers as well. The spear throwers are anti-large ranged units. Decent melee combatants. Right, and armor piercing is 6. Ranged units for the vampire counts is very odd. Usually they don't have any. Because the vampire counts as a faction make use of their unbreakable undead hordes and monstrous flying units. As well as other ground monstrous units. And magic. To overcome their weakness of not having any ranged units in their army.
I always distrust orcs that come to barter when they should be here to kill weak specimens of their race.
They demand 600 payment of gift. So, you got any teeth for us? Vampiric influence, though. I can't counter offer? Really? They're friendly with us. Vampiric influence means that they can be easily swayed by us. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, it's alright. Nothing special. Those orcs are already under our sway and easily manipulated by us. They just don't know it yet. Oh! Bohom and Boostslayer just attacked the dwarves. They actually allied against... Are they actually at war with each other? Oh, they are. Wax and wane. -6 leadership. Lovely. Just what we don't need. Bohemund.
Lord of Bretonnian.
Yep. Declare war. The knights sally forth. We are prepared for you. Yes, yes.
Raise them.
What have you got here? Bohemund Beastslayer. He's an anti-large. Perfect Vigor. Knight. Raphael Dual. Beastslayer's a Baston. Yeah, anti-large again. Arms, pole arms. Arms shields, mid arms, peasant bowmen, rail knights, questing knights, mounted yeomen, and a weak garrison. Versus a lot of skeletons. We do have a slight bonus versus large. Not much. I can also summon more units. I'll probably make heavy use. To bog them down and stop them from cycle charging. Also, they don't have that many units. They've got a bunch of peasants. This is a bit of a worry, but... Oh, and Bohemund. I don't think Krell counts as a large unit. He's pretty big, though, but... He's bigger than... He's taller than a guy on a horse. But... Okay. Do this. Shieldbreaker's actually behind you. Spears on the sides. Skeletons on this side. Ready to flank. You lot behind. Protect Kemmler.
Heinrich Kemmler.
You lot there. The gloom's there. Okay. Actually, having some of those spear guys, spear throwers would have been useful. Does Krell count as a large unit? No, he does not. Didn't think so. So, let's have a look. They don't have any artillery. There's Bohemond Beast Slayer. That is a massive mace. Holy moly, that is huge. With lance and blade, we will strike down the cowardly enemy. We, the proud knights of Bretonnia, will ride them down. Immune to psychology, perfect vigor, blessing of the lady, plus 20% physical resistance until his leadership's broken. He's also got the potion of foolhardiness, which makes he's unbreakable and charge bonus for 31 seconds. The paladin over here is also on a horse. Also have the questing knights, which are armor piercing, which doesn't mean too much because we don't have much armor in the first place. Beast Slayers are baston. They're pikes. Or halberds. The squires of the Beast Slayer, Duke, are among the hardiest of Bretonnian infantry, taking his epithet as their name for good reason. Grail Knights, perfect vigor again, immune to psychology.
They are in league with the Red Duke. Slay them!
We are, actually. We're allied with the Red Duke and Mounted Yeomen. They're a joke. Compared to the Knights of Bretonnia. Their horses should look more scraggly, I think. Like riding mules and so on, but... Okay.
Heinrich Kemmler. Going.
Go, my zombies! Blog! My undead. Okay, there we go. Just bog them down. Zombies in their own group now.
I am back. I go.
You lot, move over there. You lot, move over there. And you lot,
Quiet, my skull staff.
move up.
Legions to me.
Mounted Yeomen, charge the zombies. And then the knights charge in. That's perfectly fine, though. You know, that's what zombies are for. You take the charge with the zombies, and then you can charge with your better units later on.
On my run.
Krell! You're gonna have to fight the Beast Slayer. Are you up to this task?
For my master.
Bam! Ow. Ow. He took damage from that overcast. That's a problem.
Where is Krell?
He's right there, mate. Where is he? Blind, I can't see him. Okay. Envelop those guys. Envelop those knights. Stop those knights from charging around.
At once.
Well, you did heavy damage to him. Well done. You didn't take any damage in return. Oh, nasty. Wham! Ow. I am the beast. I am a champion of corn. Wham! Ow! Wait, he's got a knockdown effect on his attack? Oof. And there he flees. Ah! Get me out of here! Wrong unit. Bugger.
Death magic.
Like you're showing their back to them. Quick. Cycle charge them. Oh, you let those knights get away. Ah. Come on, Krill. Chop his head off. Bam! There we go. You did actually, I think. No, that's his shield. Still, that's a nasty blow to their morale. Ah! Chop. Slash. Go over here. Get over there. Oh, I didn't even use my X-race. Ah! Oh well. It don't matter. The glorious charge of the knights is just stopped dead in its tracks, literally. Charge! Those beast slayers are doing well. Stop chasing them down. Oh, okay, they're dead. Chase them down. Get those questing knights. Swing. Swing. Come on. And one more. Oh yeah. There we go. Done. That went pretty well. Didn't suffer anywhere near as many casualties as I thought we would. Especially considering they had Grail Knights, Questing Knights and all that. But they did have that much cavalry, so it was easy to control them. Yeah. Speed it up. Chop, 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 chop. And... Sure. Close victory. I wouldn't call that close. 104 kills on the Questing Knights, 127 on the Grail Knights, but that would probably be because they were against zombies and all that. And they would still get a quite high number of kills. They're good. 1 kill! Kemmler got 1 kill. Well done, mate. I don't get to see how many Krell does. Krell has. A bit sad. 33, 44, 67, 59, 21, 13. Those shield breakers are doing pretty good. 3 kills for the Glooms. Yay. 95 for the Hex race, but that was mostly fleeing down, chasing down fleeing units. So, 1,100 gold. Or dark matter. And what should we do? Guess we'll roll. Raise it. We got a student. Research rate, faction, plus 10% faction wide, but that's useless to us. Ooh, quest successful. Oh yeah, this one. Raise 3 settlements. Oh, we get a new legendary lord, the Drayskin High King. Dreg, yes master. Income from post-battle loot, plus 10%. Mortal Informer. There are foolish mortals, usually rich, noble, dilettante types who crave immortality and will be a vampire's willing spy for the chance of damnation. Magic item drop chance plus 4%. Man's Ruin. Kill them all. Their fake gods will recognize their own, if indeed they exist. Plus 3 leadership when fighting against men. And also Duke Slayer. Perhaps he should have chosen the life of a hermit knight instead. Defeated Bohemond Beast Slayer. Bonus versus large, plus 15 when fighting against Empire and Bretonnia. That's only on Kemmler, so that's not very useful. And reinforcement range, plus 20%. That's quite useful. And Despoiler. Lowers enemy siege holdout time by 1. Up to a maximum, up to a 3. This one will kill until everything that is yours becomes theirs. Even then, they will not stop until death intervenes. It's quite appropriate. I am going to get... I'm gonna get Master of the Dead. It will lower the cost of the Raise Dead spell. I want to get Wind of Death and Curse of Years though. That helps a lot. Anyway, so we can actually get another Lord now, but we have to raise it? Yeah, here. I think I have to press... Oh. No, wait. Yeah, this one. Or do we have another part to this? We have to get... Oh, hang on. That's Regiments of Renown. Are we supposed to have that? No, we're not supposed to have that. Wait, hang on. Okay. Well, we can't recruit any of them. Sylvanian handgunners. This is the vampire counts recruit list. We can't actually get those. Do I recruit you here? No. I wonder what these are required. What we require for those. Wrong thing. We lost. These are not that. There we go. More zombies. Okay. End turn. And we'll see what the new turn brings, and then I'll probably call it for this episode. And for this stream. Ugh. So, we're like 14 turns in at the moment. Interesting. I'm still getting to grips with how it works exactly. Kind of feels like we have to just like guard the ruins, which is going to be difficult because the AI likes settling ruins if they're within range. But maybe that's why we have such high Vampiric Corruption, so that there's always a lot of corruption causing rebellions nearby. But
what you ask is impossible.
what will I do next? Attack Baston? Maybe? I want the Bretonnians weak. I don't want them to get too strong. We can deal with the dwarves better than the Bretonnians, I think. Because the Bretonnians with all their cavalry and flying cavalry and all that. So we do have answers to that with our anti-large capabilities, which is quite nice compared to the vampire counts normally. But we are only one army. How much necromantic power do we have now? Apparently we can't get him. Medium. What's this now? Magic item drop chance plus 10%. Upkeep minus 15% for all units. Horde recruitment capacity plus 2. Okay, so it actually becomes cheaper to... Okay. So the more that we have, the better we are. And we need to occupy this with high necromantic power. I suppose we just continue, yeah, go down, attack Castle Bastion, and then probably take Blackstone Post. I don't think this whole system applies for the AI, because the AI wouldn't understand it. Can we do anything with you?
What does my bloodline require?
Nothing. Okay. I kind of hope to make Musalon spread out a bit further. If we can keep them alive, I would like to see Bretonnia become under Musalon's control. That would be something I have not seen. But yes. Anyway, I did do a save. So, just check again. Save! Yes. Okay. And we'll exit to the main menu. And yes. So, as a first look at the Barrow Legion, we don't have access to too many of the more unique units that they have. It's getting understanding the mechanics they have. These sort of... We haven't actually defiled any of the barrows either. So... Because I think you have to wait a number of turns. Because it's like, this area is being looted by bandits and all that. You won't get much from it. I think the longer it's been around, the more you'll get. Or the better stuff you'll get. As I said, I don't know how that will work, because the AI likes colonizing. So we'll sort of have to... This is what I'm thinking, like, we'll have to, like, destroy Bretonnia and just leave ruins, or just raze everywhere we go. But, like other factions, razing doesn't really benefit us too much. Because razing is... In the game, razing is seen as the most dramatic response to a settlement that you can do, right? You just destroy it completely and get rid of it, and the enemy have to colonize it again. However, you don't get much income from it. And even as a Barrow Legion, we're not getting any bonuses for it. So I sort of still want to do my thing which I was doing with the Trolls, which is you sack a region, and then you raise it next turn. Because sacking it gets you a lot of money, and then even if the enemy moves into settlement next turn, you've gotten the money, you can destroy them, defeat them again, and then you raise the settlement. There's not really much incentive to go attack a settlement and raise it. Because the amount of money you get is... It's not worth it. It's like 100, 200, 300, which is compared to like thousands you get from sacking it. I don't know. Maybe if we got like a replenishment capacity on raising it, because... I don't know. Raising, I think, should have different benefits for the vampire counts. I think I mentioned earlier, like, you raise the settlement and you get undead, or you get bodies in the region, which improves the units you can raise. That'd be nice. But anyway, that's my musing. So, well, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you join me for the next one. I will stop the recording here.